it's going to become more difficult for her. She's going to have to choose to be either an independent kind of person or commercial kind of person. She's going to steer away from the commercial Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. Oh, let me move my camera. So grateful to have you all. This is channel about topics, the tarot perspective. I am doing 2023 predictions. I'm continuing on with them. I'm doing 2 videos a day for you all. So please, if you watch my content and you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I also released 2 extra videos on the membership tab. So check out the membership channel, level. So check out my memberships. I have 2. I actually have to redo one because they rejected one of them, but in one of them you get premier videos, you get access to early videos, you get an additional video. I do like a special one. This week one is really juicy. Also above that tier is all of that, plus you get astrology videos too. So yeah, really happy with the memberships, and one of them is $4.99, the other $6.99, so it's not a lot of money, but I really feel like I offer the most of most content creators. I really believe in that. I know you all, and a lot of my members have stuck with me for a long time. So if you are a member actually and you want something added, because I can just add it, I don't have to put it in the actual description. But if you want something added, just let me know and I'll see what I can do, because I appreciate all of you so much. Okay, so let's continue to do 2023 predictions. I am doing this one about Florence Pugh. Her sun is in Capricorn. I believe her birthday just passed. We just exited Capricorn season into Aquarius season last week actually. So I'm excited for this reading. Thank you for watching. Okie dokie. Let me just say this. I'm very excited for Florence Pugh's future. You have no idea. I remember the first time I saw her, not physically, but acting in Black Widow. I was like, I actually want to watch Don't Worry Darling tonight. I have a lot of streaming services and I'm like, what should I watch tonight? I just got an idea that I'm going to watch Don't Worry Darling tonight. But I was so taken aback by how eloquent she was, how phenomenal. Like, she played somebody Russian, but her accent was phenomenal. I mean, I'm not Russian, so I wouldn't know 100%. I have grown up with a lot of Russian people and been friends with a lot of Russian people throughout my life, but I wouldn't be able to say I know an authentic Russian accent. It's like when people were like, oh, Leonardo DiCaprio had a good South African accent, I was like, no, he didn't. It's like, and when people meet me, because I live in America, I live in Miami, and people will be like, oh, well, they'll like try to make fun of my accent, which I find really funny, because if I were another ethnicity, but that's another story. It would come across as mocking. I mean, I don't care. Just like, people always like, what? No, like, that's not how I speak. So I do understand that there is authenticity to a specific accent, but I think she has so much potential. When I saw her in Black Widow, I was like, wow. I was taken aback, and the movie as a whole it was good, it wasn't great, but I just saw a rising star. I saw a rising star 1000%. And with Judgment, 7 of Pentacles, 5 Cups, she's going to have to make a decision this year if she's going to continue to work for, and I said this before, I said she doesn't want to get pigeonholed, and she's been very lucky. I think actually not luck is not the right word. I think she's choosing specific roles so she doesn't get typecast. But it's going to become more difficult for her. She's going to have to choose to be either an independent kind of person or commercial kind of person. She's going to steer away from the commercial kind of the Marvel, Disney thing. I love Marvel, by the way. I love Disney. I love how, because I have Disney Stream. So there's nothing about Disney. I don't like a lot of what Disney has done, but no corporation has clean hands. But what I do find interesting, Five of Pentacles, is that she's just going to be alone. She's going to get a lot of offers for lead roles alone. I see one specific movie that she's going to be in that is about looking past at her life. It's similar to, did you ever watch Gwyneth Paltrow's Sliding Doors? Similar to that, where it's like two people, very like stuff that makes you think. There's a specific genre for that, but I'm not the best at naming it. It's something thriller, like mystery thriller, something like that. Like Agatha Christie, that kind of thing. You know, I love Agatha Christie. So at the bottom deck, King of Swords, there is somebody that is, and I've seen this male, it's an elderly male, older than her, who is giving her direction and telling her to keep quiet, telling her not to be bothered. You know, and I was just saying this yesterday. Somebody was telling me that they met, I can't remember if they were telling me in person or telling me online, that they met a British celebrity, and he was very sweet and very down to earth. And I was like, because he's British. Like, I love living in America. I say this all the time. But I think sometimes the American fame gets to these American celebrities' heads, and they just become rude and like unnecessary. I've met a lot of British celebrities, and they don't have even, okay, I met Emma Watson from Harry Potter a while ago, and I believe we're the same age, exactly the same age actually. But anyways, I met her. She wasn't the friendliest, but she wasn't rude. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't like, oh, you're down there, I'm up here. And I feel like a lot of American celebrities I meet have this like pompous attitude, and the reason why I live here is because the country is not about that, which I find very, very interesting. But British celebrities are very, usually, except for Elton John, I think he definitely has that mentality of elitism, in my opinion. But most British celebrities are very down to earth, look at you in the eye, say thank you, say, you know, and I'm not surprised, because this whole like fame culture is very exclusive to America, with reason. But I think a lot of them forget where they come from, which is very unfortunate. Or if they've been raised in Hollywood, they forget that a lot of people that buy your stuff are average people. And if you look down upon them, especially now with the age of social media, you're not going to sell as much. And I think that's why Hollywood is not doing as well anymore. Because people, especially after COVID, are just turned off by lavish lifestyles of, and you can have it. I'm all about that, you know. Have it, but don't throw it in people's faces. Be humble about it. So that's why I'm not surprised when he said, I forgot which one it was. It's like a big British celebrity that this guy said he met. Oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, it's just not, because people come up to me all the time, they're like, oh, do you know this British celebrity? Do you know, it's because of my accent. And I'm like, not like, they don't come up to me like blatantly, but like just to come up to me. Like, we'll be in conversation and they'll be like, oh, I met this person, oh, I met that person. I think they were talking about Idris Elba. I have to remember the story and I'll tell you guys. But I was like, yeah, because that's not in British culture, you know? Which is funny, because if you look at the history of England and so forth, this elitism started from there. But now, it's, other than the royal family, there's no real elitism, you know? So sometimes I'm like, should I move back? But no, I love here. And also, I couldn't live in that weather. To all my British watchers, I cannot live in that weather. It just, even now today, I live in Miami. It's a cloudy day. And I'm like, it really has an effect on me. So, 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups. I see her really taking her art seriously. She's very dedicated to her art, and I admire that so much. You know, she doesn't want to just be a pretty face, and she's very pretty, but she doesn't want to just be a pretty face. She actually wants to do things the right way, which is one of the great things about being a Capricorn. Capricorns love to do things the right way. The Two of Cups, I see a new partnership coming in. I see people wanting to invest in home. By partnership, I don't mean love actually here. It could be love, but I don't see love particularly. I see that on the back burner for quite some time. But I see her like being very dedicated, very diligent. She's a very disciplined person. I appreciate that a lot. That's why when Olivia was saying all these things about her, she kept her mouth shut and she just kept moving. And that was very powerful. I think that's more powerful than needing to reply to everything, you know? So with the Justice card and Eight of Swords, when she comes out in her next role, we're going to see it everywhere. We're going to see it absolutely everywhere. I see 3 big movies coming out from the middle of 2023 to the end or the beginning of 2024. I mean, from the end of 2023 into the beginning of 2024. So I'm very excited for her. She has so much promise, and I'm not just saying that to say that. I really, truly mean it. And I'm looking forward to watching her career. It's going to be very exciting. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.